Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, February 9th. I'm Maggie Flecknoe, and this is Houston Happens. We have a great show to jumpstart your weekend. TGIF, or should I say, thank goodness, it's football. Yes, the countdown is really on for the big game. For the second year in a row, the Kansas City Chiefs enter the big game as an underdog. Can they knock off the favored San Francisco 49ers? We are live in Las Vegas with more. And the Texans may not be in the big game, but they stole the spotlight and swept the NFL Honors Awards in Vegas last night. Houston Texans first-year QB C.J. Stroud officially being named the AP Offensive Rookie of the Year. Find out who else won, and finally, Andre Johnson is headed to Canton, Ohio. And we are joined by former Texas A&M defensive end and NFL player Michael Montgomery. He's joining us live in studio to talk about his new children's book in honor of American Heart Month. That and more is headed your way, so what do you say? Let's get this show started. Okay, so we've been talking about it all week, the big game, right? Well, speaking of which, the halftime show has continuously been one of the most watched events on television in recent memory. So I thought I'd ask you all, the viewers, who was your favorite halftime performance? So I went through all of the responses. I got a lot of them. You have to check them out on my socials. But here's what a lot of you said. Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake. Remember that wardrobe malfunction? Yeah, I was here for it. Then we had Katy Perry, Carol Channing, and so many people, I think he won, Prince. Then we have Aerosmith, Lady Gaga, Beyonce, and my personal favorite, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Mary J. Blige, and of course Eminem. Like, I sang along to all of those songs. I had a party in my living room. So what is your favorite? There's still time. You can weigh in over on my Instagram or my Facebook pages. And speaking of the halftime show, this year, Usher will be taking center stage. Andrew Martin reports on the artist's press conference he gave yesterday. Check it out.
As we get set for Super Bowl 58 on Sunday, it's not all just about the game. People watching at home, of course, are interested in the commercials, and they're interested in the high-profile musical performances. The halftime entertainment this Sunday is Usher. He's an R&B legend who recently wrapped up a Las Vegas residency in December. He is an 8-time Grammy winner who is not making his first appearance at the Super Bowl. He was a guest in 2011 during the Black Eyed Peas headlining performance. Usher has an upcoming nationwide tour in August and a new album.
I wanted to put on a show that I felt would represent my idea of creativity. What I've been able to do is bring a great deal of Atlanta and the melting pot that it is, musically, culturally, to Las Vegas. You know, that is the source that has been fueling me for these years creatively. So why not make certain that the rest of the world, rather they're seeing me for the first time, or either they're celebrating because we've been, you know, listening to me, you've been listening to my music for these years.
I mentioned Usher has a new album coming out. The name of that album is Coming Home. It is his first solo album in 8 years. In Las Vegas, Nevada at Super Bowl 58, I'm Andrew Martin.
Singing some Usher. Yeah. Well, I'm so excited because speaking of, well, honey, I should have had you on to perform, not to talk about your book. Well, I'm so excited because speaking of football, he is a former Texas A&M defensive end who went on to play 6 seasons in the NFL for the Green Bay Packers and Minnesota Vikings. And now he can add children's author to the list. Please welcome Michael Montgomery. Thank you so much for waking up with us.
No, thank you for having me. I surely appreciate it.
Well, I'm so impressed of the work that you did on the field and off the field. So tell us first a little bit about your journey and your health journey.
Yes, I was born with a heart disease called Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome. It's a thing where you're born with an extra vessel in your heart. So when you do athletic activities, your heart beats irregularly fast, and you have shortness of breath, and you get dizzy.
Oh my goodness, but you went on to be a professional athlete despite all of this, but you had some scares along the way. Tell me about that.
Yes, growing up, you know, especially playing sports, you're always taught to be the tough guy, never complain. And when I went through similar incidents like this, I just thought it was just something of just fatigue.
Right.
And I just played through it, kept my mouth shut, and when I got to Texas A&M, I'm new, I'm trying to make the team, I'm trying to gain respect from my teammates, and kind of make friends too, because
Yeah.
if you're balling, you're gonna make friends.
Right.
So I pushed myself, and I had to start having an episode, and I just couldn't move,
Oh, my
and I just
goodness.
went unconscious. But thanks to the medical professionals at Texas A&M, I was able to resurrect my career in a
Yeah.
sense.
And look at what you've done. And now you're trying to help other kids. So Heart of a Lion, tell me about this book.
Yes, it's a personal story to me, a very interactive book based off of Josh Inspirational Dream Books, dreambigbooks.org, and it's a story that allows kids to motivate and be passionate and find goals in life. Growing up, as a kid at these stages, you're very pushed on a lot of things, and we want to have an interactive children's book. Allows you to color, allows you to answer questions at the end of the book, to allow just to get the motivational and the passion juices going.
I love this. And you're actually having a big event to launch this, and you're giving back as well.
Yes, we're doing a fundraising party at J Bar Barbecue on Leland Street in downtown, just to give back and just give some awareness and sign some autographs for kids and read to them. So,
And I know a lot of kids out there, in closing, they're watching you. What would you say to them?
go for it. Anything's possible. You just got to work, you got to sacrifice, and you got to learn the fundamentals. Anything in life, talent is going to only last for a certain amount of time. You got to have fundamentals and drive to accomplish your goals in life. I learned that from my mother. My mother was a big-time basketball player. Rosie Walker, Hall of Fame basketball player.
Yeah.
She's 6'2", so I didn't drink much milk. That's how I'm this tall, so it's all genetics. But I was fortunate to have my mother in the household to inspire that, to spark that dream, because I saw how her playing basketball in Olympics, Pan American Games, playing against Russia, traveled all around the world playing a sport, a
Right.
kid's game. And I saw that was my way to meet people, influence, and also just give back and use my story.
Well, thank you for giving back, and you are making your mother very, very proud. So you're continuing that legacy. Again, we're going to have all of the information. Get a copy of the book. It will be over on our website, cw39.com. It was a pleasure meeting you. Please come back on the show.
Man, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I enjoyed it. Stick around. We're just getting started right here on Houston Happens.
This story was odd.
People are still trying to mentally process how all of this could have happened.
Crime Nation, a true crime docuseries premieres February 20th.
A drunk driver ran a red light and crashed into my car, causing multiple injuries. I worried about how I'm gonna recover from this, not only physically, but financially. I'm a single mother, so I lost income for 2 years. I found Jim Adler, and he was able to fight hard for my case and got me a fair settlement. We were able to recover from that horrible accident and have a bright future ahead of us.
Drunk drivers deserve to pay. We fight for you.
Hi, I'm Lee Trevino. Most people know me for winning 6 PGA championships. With my bum knee, I started thinking I was going to have to trade my club in for a cane. Then I discovered Arthritis Knee Pain Centers.
Arthritis Knee Pain Centers has cutting-edge image-guided treatments that place a natural lubricating gel directly into your affected joints. This FDA-approved, non-surgical procedure replenishes the missing cushioning fluid to provide you with pain relief, comfort, and improved mobility without surgery or downtime. It's covered by Medicare and most private insurance. We've helped relieve the pain for thousands of our patients.
Arthritis Knee Pain Centers relieve my pain and change my life. They got me back in the game again, baby. Call them now and schedule your free knee pain assessment. Get the pain relief you deserve today.
Call 800-925-6863. That's 800-925-6863.
Hey, asthma's got you going through it? Grab Nucala for fewer asthma attacks.
Nucala is a once-monthly add-on injection for severe eosinophilic asthma, not for sudden breathing problems. Allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for swelling of face, mouth, tongue, or trouble breathing. Infections that can cause shingles have occurred. Don't stop steroids unless told by your doctor. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection. May cause headache, injection site reactions, back pain, and fatigue. Ask an asthma specialist if Nucala is right for you.
Are you or someone you love suffering from pulmonary sarcoidosis that requires treatment with an oral steroid? If so, you may qualify to participate in a study for a new investigational medicine that may help patients reduce their steroids and improve their symptoms and lung function. Doctors in your area are conducting this research study for people with pulmonary sarcoidosis. Study-related care will be provided. You may be compensated for your time and travel. For more information, scan this QR code.
The truth revealed.
He's the father of both.
I'm 100% sure.
Only two people can tell me if they're mine. God and Maury.
Weekdays at 1 on CW 39 Houston.
Well, there are some exciting sports happenings going on right now in Houston with the Astros starting spring training next week and some Houston Texans receiving big awards. So I had to bring in one of my favorite MVPs at the station, Seth Kovar. He is joining us now to tell us all about it. Man, does it feel good to be a Texans fan?
How about that? What a difference like a year makes, right?
I know.
A great season has yielded some big awards for some great players.
Yes, well deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. Before the Super Bowl every year comes the NFL Honors Event, where the league hands out a lot of awards. Well, this year's event last night was proof that the future is very bright for the Houston Texans. Less than a year ago, back in April, the Texans made quarterback C.J. Stroud the #2 overall pick in the NFL draft. This season, he started all 19 games, including going 1-1 in 2 playoff games. Well, last night, the league honored him by naming Stroud Offensive Rookie of the Year. That is awesome. But not to be outdone, the man who the Texans picked right after Stroud with the #3 overall pick, defensive end Will Anderson, he was named Defensive Rookie of the Year. It's only the 4th time in NFL history that both Rookies of the Year are on the same team. But last night was not just about the kids. The 2024 Pro Football Hall of Fame enshrinement class was announced last night, and Texans great Andre Johnson was among the 7 former players in that group. The wide receiver becomes the first Houston Texan ever to be elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Well, all their gear is loaded up and the trucks are on the move this morning to the newly renamed Cacti Park of the Palm Beaches in West Palm Beach, Florida. This year's spring training for the Astros starts next week.
There is a price to pay for greatness, a cost for the consistency, and we pay our dues.
The ball club released this hype video yesterday, and the theme for this season, Relentless. The Astros are favored to win the American League West Division once again this year after making it to their 7th straight American League Championship Series last year. Their relentlessness was on display this week when they made superstar second baseman Jose Altuve an Astro for life, signing him to 5 more years to the tune of $125 million. Well, from relentlessness to redemption, finally in sports, these were my pants that ripped out during the Battle of the Ad Stars event last year. Not only did that rip, so did our potato sack. The potato sack race in the annual multi-competition tournament between local advertising agencies and companies that run those ads. An event that raises money for a charity called the Dream Fund. The potato sack debacle got Team CW39 disqualified from last year's race. But this year, as I mentioned, redemption, led by team captain Lacey Howard and anchored by Travis Norwood, both from our sales team. Our 8-member squad won our heats and came in 2nd place overall in potato sack racing. Now, I do want to draw a comparison between Travis here, looking strong, celebrating before he finished, and this guy, dead. I almost had to quit halfway through. It was about 60 yards of hopping, and Maggie, I'm out of shape.
But the concentration.
I'm just going to keep
You
on
were like,
hopping.
oh, I'm going to hop.
I just didn't want to bite it and rip out the pants. The pants survived this
Your pants are okay?
Yes, we're good.
Well, good. And everybody got a peep show last year, so you're welcome
Something
for
like
that. Seth with the good hair. Thanks as always, my friend. Well, speaking of sports, nonprofit Rebuilding Together, they have teamed up with Lowe's Home Improvement for the 29th annual Kickoff to Rebuild event during the big game weekend. So joining us to discuss is former NFL player Kirk Morrison and the president and CEO of Rebuilding Together, Caroline Blakely. Thank you both so much for waking up with us.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it's a pleasure. Kirk, starting with you, how did you get involved in this year's initiative, and why is supporting local communities so important to you?
This is one of the big initiatives that every year at Super Bowl is one in which I always see the pictures and the videos and the smiles and the faces of everyone who's a part of it. I'm like, you know what? I have to be a part of it. And this is the year for me. First time Super Bowl is in Las Vegas. I was drafted by the team who was here, the Las Vegas Raiders, back in the day when they were in Oakland. And I said, you know what? If any way I could be a part of that initiative, please call me up. And Caroline and everybody, they reached out, and we are here. So I'm excited to be a part of this partnership with Rebuilding Together.
Well, I can feel the excitement. Your face is just shining and lighting up the screen. So, Caroline, starting with you, how does Rebuilding Together and the annual Kickoff to Rebuild event help these communities in need?
Well, thank you. Rebuilding Together works nationally all year round across the country, repairing homeowners' homes that need a little bit of repair. This event is our biggest event of the year, and it's so exciting to be in a city with so much energy and now so much focus on the community. So we're so lucky to have Lowe's as our partner, allowing us to come into the community, talk to the homeowners, understand what they need, and help them figure out how to stay in their homes to have a much better, safe, and healthy life.
Yes, you touched on that a little bit. Why is it so important to make these homes and communities safer and more accessible for everyone?
Yeah, thank you. We have found through years of doing this that most homeowners want to stay home. They don't want to move, and they want their home to be able to support their life, and they want their communities to be safe. So it's so important to listen to what they need and to come in and help them stay in their communities, age in place, and do it among all their friends and family, and do it so that they can pass on a home to their children.
This really touches my heart.
So we're so excited that with Lowe's we can do that.
Yes, and where can everybody go for more and to get involved?
So we have a website, rebuildingtogether.org, that homeowners can go to and find out how they can get help. Volunteers can go to and find out how they can help with this. And most importantly, everyone can go and find out how they can donate.
And Kirk, quickly, who do you have winning the big game?
You know what? I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers. I really believe that this is their year. A lot of players who played in the previous Super Bowl 54 against the Chiefs, they did not win that game. They said they'll be back, and so I think they'll be back with the vengeance. I've got the 49ers beating the Kansas City Chiefs, winning their 6th Super Bowl championship in franchise history.
I love to hear it. That's who I'm rooting for, too. I love the story of Purdy, too. Well, I appreciate both of you. Thanks so much for all that you're doing for the community as well.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes. All right. So you heard it from Kirk. He's got the 49ers. We do have a special edition of Chad's Corner. No one puts Chad in a corner except for me. So let's talk about this.
Let's talk about
this.
For the
second year in a row, Kansas City, they're going into the big game as the underdog. What do you think? Do you think they can pull this off? I feel like they're getting all of, the hype around them. Taylor Swift isn't helping matters.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to win?
Well, I mean, first, let me start. This is going to be a Taylor Swift free zone. We're going to just mention her one time.
Okay.
She's going to be in Tokyo. She might make it to the game. She might not make it.
She's going to make it.
She may make it to the game.
That's it. Let's talk.
All right, let's go. A lot of people are kind of split because obviously the analytics fit for San Francisco to win this game because they got a good defense. Their offense is very efficient. They have a lot of weapons on offense that can score. But a lot of people are picking Kansas City because they have done it so many times before. You can't count out Pat Mahomes. You can't count out Travis Kelce out, even despite all that. They are a really good football team that has pulled out so many wins. Their defense has improved. They can make those kind of things. They beat the MVP of the league last time. So it's going to be one of those close games. But I just really feel San Francisco can do that. I think they have some good defensive players that can step up and make plays. Dre Greenlaw, the linebacker, I think he's going to be guarding Travis Kelce a lot. You're going to see that. And I think as good as Kansas City's defense, they're beat up on their defensive line. I don't know if they can keep up with the kind of offense. I mean, McCaffrey's going to have a good running game day, I think. I expect. I think they're going to be tough to guard Ayuk and Deebo Samuel, the wide receivers. I think they're just going to be tough on them. I think there's just too many weapons on that San Francisco offense for Kansas City to deal with.
Yeah, and Shanahan, let me tell you, I grew up with him and his dad, of course, Norman Bronco. We grew up in the same neighborhood. You can't count. He's a genius when it comes to a coach.
And he still has that stuck in his craw about losing to them in the Super Bowl last time. So he's going to be really motivated to try and win this game. So I'm leaning a little bit towards San Francisco, but I tell you what, I would not be upset if Kansas City pulls this out, because that would show that this is a good team, and Andy Reid's a great coach.
He is. I love him. I'm a little over them, and I feel like they're getting a lot of the spotlight because of the person we are not going to be naming. So I really want San Francisco to come here, get it done, and shut them up. Shut up the red lipstick, you know?
Well, you know, I can't fault Kansas City again. They're a really good team. They got a lot of weapons, but I tell you what.
So if you're a betting person, what's the score going to be, do you think?
Oh, man, I think it's going to be a pretty high-scoring game, even though both defenses are good, because both teams have a lot of weapons. I will say San Francisco 34, Kansas City 27.
Okay. And what else are you looking forward to most in the big game?
I'm looking forward to the commercials. I really have not seen a lot of hype. I mean, the only one I've seen is what Arnold doing State Farm commercials, or as a State Farm agent.
Well, I haven't seen that. Have you seen the Victoria Posh Spice?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, well, David Beckham, I'll look at him all day long.
I know. I'm really excited to see what kind of commercials we got.
Did you say J.J. Watt is in one?
J.J. Watt. In fact, we saw him. He was out on the near the Bellagio out there with a magician doing magician tricks. So yeah, it's gonna be a really interesting kind of commercial.
And what are you gonna eat? What's on your menu?
I don't know. I'm usually a pizza guy right now.
Pizza?
Yeah.
Oh, I never thought about that. You better order early.
I know. That's what I'm going to say.
Hefe, my husband, you know, Chad and my husband are friends. They actually went to the TriStar show together. So we were over. We're probably going to do wings. He does the whole menu.
He does the wings.
I don't cook for the big game.
I'm a chicken tenders kind of guy.
I like it without the bones.
Yeah, I'm a boneless guy.
Yeah, me too. And I like to dip. Did you hear that, honey? When you're making your grocery list, Mama wants boneless. Well, as always, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm excited we're going to have to regroup with this. All right, so Las Vegas, as you know, it is known for its wild parties and nightlife. But when it comes to the big game, it is strictly business. And both teams hammered that point home today. In fact, Justine Waldman is live outside of the side of the big game at Allegiant Stadium with how final preps are going. Thank you for joining us. We've been with you all week. I love it.
Camp and how they've been handling practice. They described it as just another day at work. Brock Purdy and company going full speed after a light walkthrough on Wednesday. Head coach Kyle Shanahan says Purdy is executing at a high level, even going as far as saying he had a heck of a week. A day after practicing without pads and helmets, the Chiefs are back.
Was tempo, tempo, tempo. Things did get a little feisty at practice camp for KC. The Chiefs are viewing that aggression as a hunger to win a 4th Super Bowl title.
I'm not even going to lie, things got a little chippy. I'm not going to say between who, but the offense and defensive lines are trying to get their work in. They're trying to make sure everybody's ready for the game. And I mean, it just got me fired up yesterday, seeing everybody locked in and wanting to get their work in, you know, making sure that everybody's ready for the task at hand.
Kyle does a good job with coaching us up and you know, giving us the answers in terms of when we get the right look. So it's just being ready for those moments, and I discourage you and get you off kilter, but always being on point and being ready to rip at a tight window or go deep and stay aggressive. So there's a fine line to it.
All right, a quick injury report to pass along here on the Kansas City side. Guard Joe Thuney did not practice. He had a pec injury. Head coach Andy Reid does not expect him to play in the Super Bowl on Sunday. Also, running back Jerick McKinnon, who's on IR, considered limited. We'll see what his status is on Sunday. On the Niners side of things, Sky Moore and Trent Williams both have been activated, and they are expecting them to be full participants in the final practice today. Both teams have their last full practice today. They then spend Saturday getting mentally prepared, letting their bodies heal up a little bit before they then participate in the Super Bowl here at Allegiant Stadium. Live here in Las Vegas, I'm Justine Waldman. I'll send it back to you.
Justine, I really appreciate you reporting. I know it's exhausting. I've covered the big game before. What has been your favorite part about covering this so far?
I had a lot of fun at opening night. Just getting a chance to see all the players like up close and personal, walking around and meeting so many fans. They're really showing up in big numbers here. Like you're walking around and you just hear people just being like, "Go Niners!" or like, "Go Chiefs!" And there's just like this atmosphere of like community and people are getting excited. So there's just like a lot of people walking around. And then there's been like a couple celebrity sightings. This is actually a little funny. I hope I have time for this. Yeah. So there was a guy that a bunch of people, like Niners fans, were taking pictures with. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. I'd like just left the gym. And so I was like getting dinner and then trying to go back to my room to go to sleep. So I was like, what are all these people taking a picture with this guy? I was like, okay, I'll go take a picture with him too, because my station's been asking me to like get, you know, some inside scoop. So I take a selfie with this guy and then I go back and I'm like, who was that? It was Brock Purdy's dad.
It was
no
who?
Idea.
They were talking about
Once I knew, I was like, oh yeah, totally. Brock Purdy's dad.
Oh my gosh. Who would have thought? That's amazing. Hey, that could be an omen as to who's going to win. You just never know. Well, girl, I hope you get some rest, but I hope you get to go to some of the parties, because the parties are lit. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty fun.
Trying to.
All right. I have a feeling you'll make your way in. Well, we will see you.
Gotta have some fun.
Yeah, you know people. Bye, girl. Thanks so much for all your reporting this week. We'll see you on Monday, hopefully. All right, stay tuned. We have plenty of Houston Happens after the break.
The excitement, the emotion, the passion. This is H-Town High School Sports with Todd Freed.
Saturday nights at 10 on CW39 Houston.
We know that losing a loved one can make you feel all alone. Whether you're planning or need help for an immediate tribute, Bill Clare Family Mortuary and Fairchild has served Houston area loved ones for more than 85 years. Care and concern for the family is how we live.
It's the future of entertainment and Vegas's newest attraction. We're talking about the Sphere. On the outside, it features a 580,000 square foot exosphere. And on the inside, the 17,000-seat venue boasts the largest and highest resolution LED on Earth. If you're looking for an immersive experience, the Sphere is where to go.
This big game fact is brought to you by these sponsors.
Great news, Houston. Medicare annual enrollment may be over, but our 5-star rating means you can enroll year-round in a plan that gives you more. We've increased our dental benefit up to $3,500. Our Vision Network now includes a variety of popular retailers. And with OnePass, our expanded fitness benefit, you have access to nearly 600 fitness locations all across Greater Houston. There are even Flex Card benefits and OTC allowances to help with everyday medical expenses. Plus, unlike original Medicare, we cover so much more than just hospital and medical insurance, all at no additional cost. No wonder we've been rated 5 stars by Medicare for 8 years running. More access, expanded benefits, year-round enrollment. Get it all with Kelsey Care Advantage. Enroll now, 713-442-7946.
We want to be sure about our children's health. The pediatricians at Legacy Community Health get to know each child and family, answering all your health questions and your child's too. From well child exams to safe and effective vaccines like COVID-19 and flu, getting that picky eater to try more veggies, or helping your high schooler deal with exam stress. Legacy's team is your trusted partner in your child's health and wellness. New patients are welcome at 14 convenient locations.
We know that losing a loved one can make you feel all alone. Whether you're planning or need help for an immediate tribute, Bill Clare Family Mortuary and Fairchild has served Houston area loved ones for more than 85 years. Care and concern for the family is how we live.
Truck accident? Call Simmons & Fletcher at 1-800-JUSTICE.
When you're having fun. We're already at that halfway mark, but guess what? We have a lot still to come on Houston Happens. In fact, we are going to be welcoming Dr. J. He's joining us to tell us more about an amazing event for Black History Month, the Journey Through Black History, how it's unlike any other event. And speaking of Black History Month, a silent auction, music, dancing, and delicious food are awaiting you at the Harlem Nights After Midnight Gala. It raises money towards scholarship funds, which supports deserving Black HSPVA students. In fact, some amazing students are going to be joining us live in studio. And believe it or not, it's almost time for you to pick your spring break destination. So we have a travel expert joining us with what should be on our radar. That and more is headed your way for the second half hour of Houston Happens. That starts after the break.
The Rooms to Go President's Day sale starts now. So save big on the furniture you want. Get huge savings for every room of your home. With living rooms on sale, bedrooms on sale, and dining rooms on sale. And it's about to get even better. With 55-month interest-free financing. That's right. At Rooms to Go, you get both amazing sale prices and interest-free financing for 55 months. Don't wait. The Rooms to Go President's Day sale starts now.
For years, Renew has been celebrating each new year with thousands of patients. Make 2024 your year.
Everybody who knows I went through this have all told me, my God, I can't believe how real they look.
They're really, really good. I'm not kidding. They're just fantastic. They say what they mean, and the warranties, the guarantees on my teeth, I'm not worried about it. They'll take care of me.
Stop waiting for another year to go by. Visit Renew and take advantage of 2024 pricing to get your new dental implant supported anchored teeth. Renew is up to 60% less than many other providers for fixed, removable, beautiful teeth.
Renew definitely puts patients first.
Love what happened. Just changed my life. It really changed my life, literally, overnight.
Renew is growing across the United States. New you this new year at Renew Smiles. Call 281-800-3000 or visit renewsmiles.com.
Hi, my name is Kaylee. I used to weigh about 300 pounds. I was able to achieve my results, and look at me now.
Our laser does not destroy fat cells. We shrink them. When that happens, bam, the results are immediate. Patients can expect to see 3 to 11 inches in just 2 weeks. Typically, half a pound may come per visit. If one patient isn't convincing enough, here's another, and another, and another. Call now or scan the barcode.
Honoring Black history, we salute Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. by acknowledging those he inspired. Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson is an astrophysicist and is the director of the Hayden Planetarium at the American Museum of Natural History in New York City. Honoring Black history.
This moment honoring Black history is sponsored by the Cochran Law Firm, Texas.
Tonight, the CW's Live Golf Las Vegas tees off with a primetime spectacular.
Try to keep up.
Where John Rahm and the Live Golf superstars strut their stuff in Sin City.
See the world's best golfers here on the CW.
Live Golf Las Vegas. Tonight at 8/7 Central on the CW.
Welcome back to the second half hour of Houston Happens. Journey through Black history is an in-person and virtual event coming to Houston on February 23rd and 24th through meditative exercises. Dr. J, a cognitive psychologist and military veteran, is going to be focusing on how you experience history rather just being told the facts, I should say. So we're actually joined by the doctor. You're going to walk us through this event. Thanks so much for waking up with us, and thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you for having me. This is amazing. I am so happy to be here.
Well, tell us a little bit about your background. I find it really intriguing.
Yeah, so I grew up a military brat. So my dad joined the military when I was 2. And we spent most of my childhood moving around. I actually spent all of high school in Japan. Wow. And we moved back to the States, and then I joined the military, served as an airborne cryptologic linguist, and served in Operation Enduring Freedom, and then came back to the States and dealt with a lot of stress and was trying to understand my experiences because I was still fairly young. I was 25 when I left active duty service. And I started to experience a lot of stress and symptoms of what I had experienced, and so I sought to understand that, and that led me to Saybrook University that focuses more on holistic approaches to health and wellness, and that started me to really understand myself, my body, what I was going through, and that it wasn't just talk therapy that is beneficial, but you can use things like drumming and music, meditation, things that are less being done to you or taking a pill and more of an experience. And I started to notice pretty significant shifts in myself, how I felt, my view on the world. And now I just want to bring those to other people to help them experience something that's very important to me, which is Black history.
Right.
You know, most of what we talk about with Black history, we talk about dates and we talk about facts and we talk about details. But for most people, it's really hard to empathize with a date. Empathize with an instance that happened to somebody, you know, 200 years ago, and you have no connection to them. So the purpose of a journey through Black history is to not give the facts. It's not to provide data and details, but to actually provide an experience where you feel that you're there.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's really what I want for people. I want them to feel that they're part of that.
And I think that that sticks with us more. Like, we can regurgitate, you know, all of the dates, but to actually feel that, and it's about the experience. And I have to say, upon meeting you, you're so centered, and I feel your presence. So this is really amazing. I would like to participate in this. So how can we find out more and join in on this?
Yeah, and I'd love for you to participate with us. So we have a virtual event that's taking place on the 23rd. It's a Friday. That will be at 1 p.m. Central. And then we have an in-person event, which will be hosted by St. John's Downtown. Doors will open at 11:30, and then the show will start at noon. And then we'll have some refreshments afterwards and actually some Q&A too, because part of what I want people to take away is to hear other people talk about the experience, what they went through, how it impacted them, because really we are all in this journey together, and the more we understand each other, the more we can empathize with each other, then I think we can open up communication barriers and things that have been really divisive in this country as of late.
And I like having a safe place to do that, because I like to know your experience and how I can learn from that. So thank you for doing this and providing this experience for everyone. We, of course, will have a link over on our website, CW39.com. And I know you have a drum, so next time, will you come back? Can we do this?
Absolutely.
And I could use a little meditation, because I get super anxious and stressed being a working mom. So I really could use some of your resources.
We'll do a drumming meditation. How about that?
I'm here for this. Thank you so much, Doctor. I mean, Ito, isn't he amazing? You had a chance to speak with Doctor as well. And I would absolutely love drumming meditation.
It was actually quite centering, and it kind of get to feel the emotion through the music, which was absolutely beautiful.
And you are a drummer too.
Yes, I've been drumming since I was, I think, 12 years old. But I'm not as good on a drum set as I am on a marimba, but you give me a first bass, I can do that.
I've heard you, and I think it's really neat what you use that to grow, and it was kind of your escape too through childhood.
Yeah, it definitely was. I just absolutely love music. It definitely is an escape. It definitely is something that tells stories. So I do appreciate what with that wonderful event that he has coming up. We'll have more on that on our website, CW39.com. But also coming up this weekend is a big event, Mardi Gras Galveston. Today, we're going to start to see the possibility of some rain showers later tonight. And then this weekend in Galveston, we actually have a 50% chance of rain. And then again for Sunday morning. Temperature-wise, it's actually not looking too bad in Galveston for Mardi Gras Galveston. Meanwhile, in town, in Houston, especially north of I-10, let's say towards Kingwood and Conroe in the Woodlands, we do have a higher chance of seeing some rain. So that's 80% chance for your Saturday, 70% chance for your Sunday morning. It's because we have a storm system coming in. This is a look at our future cast for later on this evening. You notice right along the coastal communities, we'll see just a slight chance of rain. As I roll this into tomorrow morning, if you have plans to be outside, just make up some backup plans, because we have this cold front coming in. It's going to be bringing us some heavy to moderate rain. And then behind it, we have another shower potential coming in for Saturday night. And there it is. That's that second round of rain coming in for Sunday morning. Sunday morning, 7 a.m., stopping the clock right there. We're going to have some scattered showers and then possibly even some thunderstorm activity, mainly for the north. But once this dry line comes through, we're going to see some sunshine, and it is going to be breezy, though, for your Saturday. for your Sunday. Right now, here's a live look at Galveston, the Causeway. It is Tiki Island, everybody. One of my favorite spots. 68 degrees right now. Winds out of the north around 9 miles per hour. And then today in Galveston, 68, a low of 62. Houston and the Woodlands, you're also holding on to your highs in the mid-70s.
Well, I can feel that moisture. Let me tell you, the hair is not cooperating. I just want to throw it in a top knot, Ito. I'm just saying.
You're cute no matter what. Can I just tell you, you were talking about, oh, my hair's bad.
It is. It just feels
so good right now.
Oh, thanks. I don't think so. My mom and I have a date for the opera tonight. I'm super excited. Yes. So we have a date, so I might do a dramatic, like put the hair up because it's just you know when it just bothers you?
Yes, yes. Can you do that big bump it right here? Just like.
Producer Luke can. I do a fun, like, twisty thingy.
I love it.
A little dramatic, you know. God forbid I'd be dramatic.
Yeah, you do dramatic.
Well, I'm glad that the weather's not going to be bad, though, for these two girls on the town. Thank you so much, Ito. And I'm so excited because we have some very talented students joining us live. Find out what they're doing during Black History Month. That and more after the break.
Things are heating up in the courtroom.
3 judges are better than 1.
Triple the judges, triple the action.
Hot Bench, next on CW 39 Houston.
Hi, I'm Lee Trevino. Most people know me for winning 6 PGA championships. With my bum knee, I started thinking I was going to have to trade my club in for a cane. Then I discovered Arthritis Knee Pain Centers.
Arthritis Knee Pain Centers has cutting-edge image-guided treatments that place a natural lubricating gel directly into your affected joints. This FDA-approved, non-surgical procedure replenishes the missing cushioning fluid to provide you with pain relief, comfort, and improved mobility without surgery or downtime. It's covered by Medicare and most private insurance. We've helped relieve the pain for thousands of our patients.
Arthritis Knee Pain Centers relieve my pain and change my life. They got me back in the game again, baby. Call them now and schedule your free knee pain assessment. Get the pain relief you deserve today.
Call 800-925-6863. That's 800-925-6863.
Because I have both Medicaid and Medicare, I got a special Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare. It's called DSNP. That's DSNP. And it stands for Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. My grandson, it's my boy.
Hey, Grandma.
And a WellCare DSNP comes with a whole lot of these. As in, WellCare gives me benefits I can use every day, and real human support, and answers I can understand. And I get benefits like $0 copays on prescriptions, and a WellCare Spendables debit card to pay for things like dental, utilities, and groceries. I can even use it to pay at the pump for gas. And that means a WellCare DSNP provides what I need when I need it. And that gives me the confidence I need to get through every day.
The coverage you need and more. Call or visit wellcareyes.com to see if you qualify for more benefits.
It's the future of entertainment and Vegas's newest attraction. We're talking about the Sphere. On the outside, it features a 580,000 square foot exosphere. And on the inside, the 17,000-seat venue boasts the largest and highest resolution LED on Earth. If you're looking for an immersive experience, the Sphere is where to go.
This big game fact is brought to you by these sponsors.
Black History Month, support local students through an amazing and entertaining gala. The Harlem Nights After Midnight Gala is dedicated to raise money towards scholarship funds, which directly support deserving Black HSPVA students. Joining us to tell us about the impact of these scholarships in the students' lives, we have some amazing students joining us. We have Lauren and Xander, and then we have Capra Fellis. She is the Black Alumni Network Vice President. Thank you all so much for waking up with us.
Thank you.
So Capra, starting with you, tell us about this and what BAN is.
Yeah, so BAN is the Black Alumni Network. We started in 2018. Denise Ward, who is our president and founder, used to consult with the students, and we really just saw a need for that support with both alumni and current students. HSPVA is such a dynamic and specific place that the experience is not no one else can have that experience that PVA students and alumni have. So we developed BAN to allow alumni to connect, as well as us providing scholarships, master classes for the current students.
This is amazing. So Xander,
yes.
Are you a senior?
I am a senior.
Oh my goodness, so 3 years you've been?
3 years.
What does this mean to you?
It's been a very enriching process. I've been able to take part in like many aspects of a production. So sophomore year, our Black History production was Dreamgirls. I was in the orchestra. So I played keyboard. Wow. So that's my first time instrumental. And then I was like, let's switch it up. So junior year, I was in the Wiz. I was in the ensemble, while also helping Miss Blue, our orchestra director. So I was the band assistant manager. So I was shooting emails out to the orchestra and like getting everybody ready for auditions and everything. Right. And then this year in our After Midnight production, I'm doing the same thing.
This is amazing, and I think it's great. You need to learn all aspects of the business. Any business. Like here, we wear many hats. You know, we're not just talent. Like, I think that's great. And Lauren, tell me, you actually got a scholarship through this. Tell me about that.
So I got a scholarship which allowed me to go to New York. I did 2 programs with Broadway professionals. I was able to meet so many different people, and it really helped me like grow as an actor, whether it's like educational and professional, because I learned so many different skills on how to communicate with people. I learned how to use a subway. I learned so many different things.
And become independent.
Yes,
in a way.
very. My first adulting, I guess.
Whoa. Well, you're doing great. You both just shine, and it gives me chills. And I love supporting, you know, young students doing this. So how can we support you? Tell us about, we can text as well, and we have that number, and then tell us about the actual gala.
Yes, so you can text BAN, BAN, to 3377.
Okay, it's on your screen.
That will give you a link to donate for the scholarships or to purchase a ticket for the gala that's going to be on the 18th. The gala is going to be a really great experience. We're going to have live music. We're going to have current students as well as alumni performing. It's going to be that good 20s vibe. It's going to be a great time. Good food, good drinks, being able to just be in fellowship and meet some of these fantastic students. You know, PVA has so many fantastic notable alum, so you may be hobnobbing with the next Beyonce or the next
Lauren, I mean, let's be real. She's in the house. Quickly, we're going to go over to weather, but I want you to sing a little something to you.
Okay, this is actually the song I'm going to sing.
But it's like real quick.
Really quickly, I got you.
Yeah, just like two verses.
Love, 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 love. This misery is just too much for me.
Woo! Oh my goodness! Give it up and did it! Acapella. This is amazing. You want to support students like this. Ito, is this not amazing? I feel like we need Singing in the Rain for this weekend, right?
I want to, hold on. Like, gorgeous. Oh my gosh, so talented, so driven. Kudos to all of you. It gives me hope for the future.
I know, right? And for our children, too.
Exactly. Great examples right there. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your forecast for today. Here's a look at your day planner. We possibly could see a few showers later on today as we start into a wet weather pattern for our weekend. Temperature-wise, we are looking into those mid-70s, so it's going to be rather mild. And then again, we may see a little hit-and-miss shower here and there. Here's a look at our current satellite and radar picture. We have that flow coming in from the southwest, and there are just a few little showers already starting to spark up. Well, for the rest of today, we do have a slight chance, 30% chance of rain. By tomorrow, 80% chance. We have a cold front coming in. It's going to start to bring in some moderate to heavy rainfall, especially around 10 a.m. to about 2 p.m. And then that rain just cut off just for a short time Saturday night, because then by Sunday morning, we have a 70% chance of rain. So how much rain are we talking about? Well, it depends on where you live. Here in the green, especially along the coastal areas, less than ½ an inch. So if you're going to Mardi Gras Galveston this weekend, you'll probably be okay with just a rain jacket. But as you get closer to I-10, we possibly could see about 1 inch of rain. And then further to the northeast, that's where we could see possibly 2 to 3 inches of rain piling up because of these two little systems coming in. Now, here's a look at our extended forecast. Tomorrow morning, do want to know we possibly could see some fog. Good thing we don't have rush hour. But if you have to be out and about tomorrow, be prepared with those low beams. That for your Saturday, 80% chance of rain, but that's mainly going to be in the morning hours. Temperature-wise, we're looking at 70s for Saturday and Sunday, but with that cold front coming in on Sunday, our temperatures will be dropping down into the upper 50s, and it's also going to be breezy on Monday, Maggie. But Tuesday, look at that Tuesday. Absolutely gorgeous.
Chef's kiss.
I
As
know,
my shirt says, je t'aime. Just saying.
I
Leave it
love
at
you
that.
too,
All right.
I love you
all.
too.
Stay tuned for more Houston Happens.
I've been a 25-year Fox News watcher. Just calling to say I'm excited about News Nation and in particular your show. I'm enjoying the heck out of it and have literally switched and watching News Nation.
Cuomo, weeknights at 8, 7 Central, only on News Nation.
When your child has moderate to severe eczema, it's okay for them to show off. Show off their clearer skin and noticeably less itch with Dupixent. Because children 6 months and older with eczema have plenty of reasons to show off their skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, they can stay ahead of their eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Honoring Black history, we salute Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. by acknowledging those he inspired. Andrew Young is a civil rights leader, former congressman, mayor of Atlanta, and ambassador to the United Nations. He worked hand in hand with Dr. King. Honoring Black history.
This moment honoring Black history is sponsored by the College of Healthcare Professions.
Because of our reputation, many people think that Simmons & Fletcher only handles the most serious accidents. But at Simmons & Fletcher, we know that all accidents are serious when they happen to you. We're here to fight for you, no matter the size of your accident or injury. Call Simmons & Fletcher today and find out if you have a case for free. So whether it's a large case or a small case, we're your lawyers. Simmons & Fletcher, Christian trial lawyers.
Are you or someone you love suffering from pulmonary sarcoidosis that requires treatment with an oral steroid? If so, you may qualify to participate in a study for a new investigational medicine that may help patients reduce their steroids and improve their symptoms and lung function. Doctors in your area are conducting this research study for people with pulmonary sarcoidosis. Study-related care will be provided. You may be compensated for your time and travel. For more information, scan this QR code.
Well, it's not too soon to start thinking about your spring break. Travel expert and author Sarah Dandashi joins us to give us some insight on what should be on your radar this spring. Thanks so much for waking up with us.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Well, I have to say I'm a little bit jealous of your location. So tell us where you are and why we should be thinking about this destination.
Yeah, so it's still a little bit early here, just before sunrise, but I happen to be live in Maui right now. And for those that might not know, the island is definitely open and they are welcoming back travelers. So now is actually a really good time to visit the island. You can support the local community with a really thoughtful trip. Now, there are so many once-in-a-lifetime experiences here. I happen to be at the Westin Maui in their Hokupa Extended Lanai Suite. I know, say that 5 times, but it's incredible. It's massive. They have this huge outdoor area. Now, this resort in particular, it happens to be right on the Kanapali Beach. They've got 6 pools. They've got an adults-only pool, infinity pool, splash zone, a water slide, which is for kids, but I will probably be on that later. A lot of cultural activities on site. There's spa, but what I love about this resort in particular, and honestly, all of the resorts here, is they're not just great for families, but couples, but also even business travelers too. So a lot of different ways that you can come and explore paradise this spring.
It's like it would be a place I could take my daughter too. So what is another destination that we should consider for spring break?
So Savannah is a great city to explore, honestly, all year round, but I particularly love it in the spring. You can stay at the Courtyard Savannah Midtown, which is a really practical, budget-friendly option. It's near the historic downtown area. They've got seasonal outdoor pool, 24-hour fitness center. And what's really cool is that this hotel is all about bringing this sort of modern comforts to a city that's just full of Southern charm. It's walking distance from Forsyth Park, the Savannah Riverfront, home to a lot of museums and art galleries as well. So especially if you're traveling with family, there's a lot to do with kids.
And I like to say I'm a baller on a budget. So do you have any good deals that we should be aware of for spring break?
Totally. No, I love this. I am too. And I feel like we can't talk about spring break without talking about Disney World, which is always a great idea. You can put the Walt Disney World Swan Resort on your radar. Now, that's right there on Disney's Boardwalk area where you can actually take a water taxi to the park, which is really neat. They've got 6 outdoor swimming pools, white sand beach. Now, right now, what they have is a 0% chance of snow package. It's available pretty much now from now until the end of April. What's really nice is rates start at about $249 a night. So that's really, really affordable. Of course, what's really great about this is that if you're staying at the resort, you get a lot of different perks when it comes to Disneyland. So you can get in early entrance, extended evening hours, complimentary transportation. So again, you can get a lot of bang for your buck, so to speak.
Well, I appreciate you, and go work on your tan some more. I mean, it looks amazing.
I will, definitely. You don't have to ask me twice.
Next time I'll come interview you in person. Well, enjoy your vacay, if you will. We appreciate you. And that's a wrap on today's show. Here's a look at our sponsored content, and we'll see you back here Monday morning. We'll finally know the winners of the big game. Will it be the 49ers like I predict, or will it be the Chiefs? I guess we'll wait and find out. In the meantime, have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday morning, same place, same time for more Houston Happens. Bye for now, everybody.